EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Bulls of Rio de Janeiro taking on the LA Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to Hampton on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. He was second down. 6-yard line. But you look at this defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Off play action. Barry. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, LA.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt, that's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches, 80 yards and a touchdown.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Off the play fake. Barry. Throw left side complete. That's Castro. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the
under pressure, and down he goes. They sack it back at the 36. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6-3. quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Stroud off the play fake. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Stroud. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now the first carry here for the running back. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now Stroud. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Here goes Stroud again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
For the field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. They definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Chargers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the ground. He's second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they have things going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
They go play action here on first down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Tony.
Stroud to throw it. That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 55 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
And Stroud now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First down, Bulls.
Again, it's Stroud. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd
And
and
let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Stroud looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
3rd and long.
3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The offense already on the field here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So all field goals so far, 6 3-yard score as the kick is away. The Chargers offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. He's been one of the main focal points of this unit throughout the season, no doubt. Currently ranked second in the NFL in terms of receptions by a wideout. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Chargers, first down.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 46.
Again, it's Hampton. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
60 Eagles. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards. And the Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
16 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Shot. 70 Timber.
Back to throw. Barry. Throw left side complete. That's Castro.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Ready.
From the gun on third down. Barry. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
At the 21-yard line.
So after the conversion on fourth, here's first and 10 just outside of the red zone. They'll work inside here, Hampton. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Second down and 3.
Brings up second and 3.
Bronco switch.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
And the Chargers, first down.
Let's go now.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Looking to throw. Barry. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are able to move back in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he returns. this to the 22.
He'll take over.
The Bulls offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
18. What's up?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of down.
First down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
All right.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd and 7.
All right. Another swap. 11.
Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Miami. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Here we go. 118. What's up? Hey, uno. Look the hot.
Throwing now is Stroud. Right back to Bell, and it's caught once again. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Genty not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
On the quick, right? 18. What's that?
Back to throw. Stroud. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll try to punch it in with Genty. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Will Reichard on for the field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Reichard on for the field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And a little floater there is incomplete. So a tight one so far, 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hansen at our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 6 is here, starting to get a little bit of a sense who the contenders are and who the pretenders are. Let's hop in. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin in Western New York. The Bills at home to take on the Tennessee Titans. And this is the running back. He'll take this one in from 2 yards out. From there, why don't we go to Cleveland? Let's check in on the Browns as they play host to the Chicago Bears. And here's the Bears wideout. He was a tough man to pin down all game long.
A 1-point game through 2 quarters as we get rolling here in the second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bulls offense has C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently second in the NFL in passing yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. Inside the 10. Touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bulls come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for two.
The offense will line up for a two-point conversion.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. That's caught. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7.
Chargers 10. Will Riker to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
Throwing to start the drive. Barry. So the completion gets him just a yard. And it's second down.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
In trouble, and he's taken down. And a go in the books is a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go. Looking to throw. Barry. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Walter Nolan. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's pulled in at the 32. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And that will come the offense as they take over. Well, the Rio offense set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up second down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short game.
Throwing again on second down. Stroud going for the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. 58 yards. And the Bulls are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the extra point.
For the extra point.
And the lead is up to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Will Riker to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Chargers take over first.
So out come the Chargers. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Let's go. Liking 18.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's done.
To number 24.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
70,
The tight end in motion right. Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On first down, it's Hampton. Down right around the 25. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Bronco switch. Bronco
Off play action. Barry. He finds his man. Complete. That's Torres. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Go.
Back to throw. Barry. He'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Yards on the play. That's another Chargers first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Off the bootleg. Barry. Now he'll tuck. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And that cuts the lead to 24-17.
Chargers 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this out to the 25.
And
now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
to number 9. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Operating from the gun. Stroud. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bulls get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is up to 14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Well, now how about this return? And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 30. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Off the play fake. Barry. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. 61 yards. And the Chargers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Stroud working out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And a real first down.
Back to throw now on first down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
19 Texas.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stroud. This is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bulls are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. To try here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
24. Will Riker to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Throwing to start the drive. Barry. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Barry. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Williams being motion left. Give here to Hampton. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9.
47-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Barry. He finds his man. Complete. It's Castro. Here's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Barry. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Genty. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
18. That's it. Motion. Check.
They'll go again with Genty. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
11. 18. That's it.
Back to throw. Stroud. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. A shotgun snap to Stroud. That's to his running back, complete. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, it's Genty. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Oh, ready? Tony.
On the give, Genty. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a 1st down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory.
1st down, 4.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
Here's Stroud. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now,
and he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Barry. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A big play looming on 3rd down. Back to throw. Barry. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Let's go now. 19, Charger, 9.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
And they do spike it in time with just 1 second remaining.
Here we go. Here we go. Viking 18.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So the defensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2.
Point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And it's incomplete. It was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game.